What is up, Fin fans? So the Miami Dolphins beat the Indianapolis Colts 16-12. Very, very, very good game by the Miami Dolphins. I got my notes here. I got stats here I want to talk about. But the Miami Dolphins come out and pull off a victory against the Colts. I did say in my preview video, I picked the Dolphins to win, and I did say if Brissett doesn't play and T.Y. Hilton doesn't play, it will really help the Miami Dolphins. And that was a big contribution to why the Miami Dolphins win. If you want my God's honest, unbiased opinion about this game, which I'm going to, like I said, I always got my notes. I honestly think that if Brissett and T.Y. Hilton played, even their other wide receiver who was injured played, I think the Dolphins would have lost this game. A lot of it had to do with Brian Hoyer throwing multiple interceptions and the Dolphins just getting points off of those interceptions. So Miami Dolphins win. Obviously, we're going to talk about the win. We're going to talk about some of the things that have happened. We're also going to talk about the future of this team because I can already tell that a lot of you guys, especially you guys that watch the the Burrow versus Tua game, which I live streamed yesterday for a little bit, want one of those guys, and you think now that the Dolphins have won two games on the season, that they're done. They're not going to be in a top 5 pick, and a lot of people are going to start to lose their mind. So I do have a comment of the day, and that kind of will interchange with what I want to talk about with the future of the team. Also, Roberto, I just got that if you watched the stream yesterday. He sent me a package. I'm going to show you guys again in today's video because yesterday in the live stream I opened it, but if you guys don't like watching live streams because they kind of get lengthy, I'm going to show you again in this video. So let me just break down stats as of right now. I'm going to break down stats right now. Fitzpatrick, passing, didn't do too great. You know, he had the one interception that he threw a little bit behind Gesicki, and they picked it off. Other than that, he didn't do too great, too bad. 21 for 33, 169 yards. The rushing, kind of non-existent. Blage is still struggling hard. Fitzpatrick had 4 rushes for 23 yards. He was our leading rusher. Receiving, Parker did really well. Allen Hurns did well. Gesicki, I'm going to talk about Gesicki in a second. And the defense, that's where a lot of this came down. Bobby McCain gets his interception. Steven Parker just picked him up recently, gets an interception. Nick Needham gets his interception. 3 interceptions on the day for the Miami Dolphins. And then Jerome Baker with his sack, which I'll talk about in a second. Great. This offense is a well-rounded, good game. But again, it did benefit from Brissett and T.Y. Hilton not being there. And I will own up to it as me as a Dolphin fan, but mostly as me as an NFL YouTuber. I can be very unbiased and look at both sides. If Brissett and T.Y. Hilton were in this game, I honestly think the Dolphins would have lost. I think T.Y. Hilton is just too better of a wide receiver. I don't even know if that's right English. And he would have really torched this secondary. But the fact that their top 2 wide receivers weren't playing and their top quarterback wasn't playing, it made a world of a difference because Brian Hoyer's not going to run around like Brissett does and all that stuff. So let me go to my notes and let's talk about it. So Gesicki fumbles right out of the bat. Was disappointed. Man killed it against the Jets, and I wanted him to continue to kill it. He fumbled, kind of struggled, and then I noticed that we weren't getting to Hoyer at the beginning of the game. There's no pass rush. Again, I just like to, while I'm writing, I tweet and I write my notes down. So again, follow me on Twitter. Everything's linked below. And we have the Stevens-Parker interception. I was like, Parker? Devontae Parker's doing double duty? Double dipping? But we got the Parker interception. Then the defense, after that, the defense started playing well. If you notice the way this Dolphin defense is built, as of right now, again, I talk about this and I'll talk about it when it comes to comment of the day. They don't have their personnel in, Flores and Graham. Even, I would say, O'Shea doesn't have his personnel in there. So they're playing this type of defense, playing this style of defense off of what they can do. So you see, bend not break defense, you know. We'll see a lot of dime sets on first down with, you know, linebackers out there. You know, it's crazy, but again, Flores doesn't have his players. So the defense started playing well. Going for it on 4th and 3, and getting to Grant on the crossing route. I loved every time he went for it. And he went for it on the goal line, and I got a lot of tweets from you guys that were super pissed about it. We got the ball right back. He had faith in his defense. So he was like, we need points. What do we got to lose? Let's get some points. Let's do it. And I understand you never leave points on the board, but I like that aggressiveness from him. I really, really do. Yeah, the drop by Parker, it's a bad throw. Drop by Parker, going for it on 4th and goal. The throw was kind of behind, but it hit Parker in the hands. You kind of have to catch that, right? Then the Baker sack. Initially, it looked like Baker got in there, popped him, right? So Hoyer kind of fell backwards, and I thought he did one of like these where he was like flexing, and I got real mad. I'm like, don't flex, because you could have got the ball. But then I realized that he popped Hoyer, and he didn't turn to flex. He kind of turned and was like where was the ball? He thought he threw it. I owned up to my mistake, and I said my bad on that. But the Baker, blitzing Baker with his speed, Baker's hands down our best defensive player right now. Hands down. And then watching that mic'd up where he was looking for his mom against the Jets, I love Baker. He's my new favorite player. I'd get his jersey, but I don't want to jinx it. But I love Baker. Baker's my new favorite player. Bobby McCain, finally, we get a sighting from him. He's been doing very well in the secondary, been very quiet, sneakily good. But he gets his first interception. Then Fitzpatrick with that 15-yard touchdown run off the interception. The man just kept going. He was like, I got to get this touchdown. I got to get this touchdown. Then, like I said in the beginning of the game, beginning of this video, defense really took advantage of the fact that a lot of main contributors for that Colts offense was out, really took advantage of that. And then I have a lot of bars at line of scrimmage. I don't even know what I was trying to write there, but we'll bypass that. Defensive tackle Jenkins all of a sudden starts popping up, getting that 3-yard tackle for a loss, playing really great the past 2 weeks. Having him, Wilkins, and Gotcha, we might have found our 3 defensive tackles. We do need to get some edge rushers, though. We really do. And Fitz using his legs because our run game was non-existent, and the Baker injury scared the crap out of me, but he came back in. I was like, no, you got Preston Williams, not Baker. Come on, man. But then he came back in. It was good. That interception to Gesicki, like I talked about, and then the pick to Needham kind of like started offsetting each other. There's one more thing I want to talk about. It's a big thing I want to talk about. It involves the referees. But let me talk about 2 more things. They ran. All right, so I have to talk about these 2 things conjointed. But the last thing I want to talk about is the Colts tried this. It's 50 seconds left, right? It was first and 10 on Miami's, I think it was like 18 or something like that. They tried the same pass to the back right corner. The same pass 3 times. And on a 4th down, they try a pass right before the first down mark. Dolphins got the ball. Now, this is what I want to talk about. This is the big thing that I want to talk about. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask about it. So, the Dolphins get the ball back, and I think it was we kicked the field goal. So this is what happened, right? There was a play where where Fitz tried to throw it, incomplete, right? Then we run the ball just to get it closer. We kick the field goal. Then we kick off. They get the ball. They come in. Hoyer throws an interception. Cool. Fitz tries to come back in, and they stop him from coming back in. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? They stop because of an injury, and they tell Fitz, you need to go to the tent and get checked for concussion. And I was like, what? Then they show the play I was talking about where Fitz throws it. He took a straight helmet-to-helmet contact to the face. So let me get this straight, NFL, and you stupid refs. I'm trying not to curse because YouTube and their algorithms and stuff. You're going to tell me you're going to take our quarterback out of the game without any warning, without any notice, because of a play that you should have thrown a flag for unnecessary roughness on the quarterback? What sense does that make? And then Rosen comes in and the Dolphins run the ball 3 times. And as soon as I saw them run the ball 3 times, I was like, my Twitter's going to blow up. That a lot of you guys are going to be like, look at that. Flores hates Rosen because he won't even let him throw the ball. You guys got to understand something. Literally, they stopped the game and said, Fitz, you're out. So essentially, Rosen had to come in. Rosen had his helmet off on the side. He had to run and get his helmet. He couldn't warm up and throw passes, so they didn't want to take the chance of him throwing a bad pass because he wasn't warmed up. I totally get the run 3 times. But the NFL and these refs can kiss my boop because that was such BS that you're going to take him out because of a helmet-to-helmet, but you're not going to call a flag on that helmet-to-helmet? It just shows how stupid and how bad these refs are and how many calls were missed. And not only for the Dolphins, but maybe even for the Colts. Like, it was just horrendously horrible. And that was just the last thing that I wanted to talk about with that. It was just, Are you kidding me? Really? You're going to pull this now? But Dolphins get the win. Comment below. Let me know how you feel. I already know. I'm going to have a good amount of you guys who are going to be super pumped because you guys want to win regardless of draft picks, this, and that. And I know I'm going to get a good amount of you guys that, you watch the Burrow versus Tua matchup. You want one of the two quarterbacks. The fact that we're winning kind of pushes us back a little bit further. You're getting upset because this, and that. Comment below, let me know, and let me get to comment of the day. And this comment, I asked from you guys on Twitter, comes from Eddie DeJesus. Hope I said your last name wrong. Right? Not wrong. Why would I hope to say it wrong? He says, #comment of the day, if we lose out on a top-tier quarterback, should we focus on the trenches in the draft or other playmakers, i.e. Tua doesn't enter this year and somehow Cincinnati snatches Burrow? Now, great comment. If you don't know who he is, that's Jews1440. Comments below. Great comment, and I want to talk about this because I know a lot of people are going to get pissed, right? Dolphins right now are 2-7. They're tied with the Jets. The Bengals are completely hopeless. And when the season started, everyone thought the Dolphins were tanking on purpose. The Dolphins got traded away all their players. The Dolphins are sucking on purpose. They want Tua, right? Now all of a sudden it's Burrow. See how funny that changes? All of a sudden now the hot hand is Burrow. So, blow for Burrow or whatever you guys want to say. That crap changes, right? Then all of a sudden the Redskins, the Atlanta Falcons, the Jets, and the Bengals suck horribly. And then all of a sudden, it boggles my mind. There's so much football left to play. For me, I'm rooting for my team to win. We can go down that road when we get to the draft. I'll tell you why I'm rooting for my team to win, right? But for the people that want that first overall pick, right, you're not getting it. The Bengals are so much worse than the Dolphins. And a lot of people like to think that the Dolphins purposely made themselves worse. Obviously, they didn't. Because they're way better than the Bengals, who actually went out and signed players and tried to do this and tried to do that. Dolphins aren't the worst team in the NFL, and they're not the worst team in NFL history, which a lot of people were saying they were going to be. Dolphins are actually slowly becoming better, and I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. So when it comes to if you want that first overall pick, it's not going to happen because the Bengals are that bad. But we can still get a top 5 pick. This season isn't over, and the prime example of that is when the season started and we lost the first 2 games really badly. Everyone thought we were going 0-16. This team does not have enough talent. This team doesn't have enough this or that to win at least one game if they suck. And I remember I said they were going 3-4. Everyone thought, oh, you also said 6-10. You're delusional. Now all of a sudden this stuff's happening. So from the beginning of the season till now, things have changed. You don't think from now to the end of the season something's going to change? Just enjoy it while it's happening. Stop trying to see 4 months into the future. We don't know what the Dolphins have planned. We don't know what the Dolphins want to do. Obviously, they're not tanking. Obviously, because they're not sucking. They suck at tanking. No. And so to answer your question, I don't know where they're going to be. If they get knocked out of the top 5 and they can't get one of the quarterbacks they want, I don't know. Maybe they got these 3 picks to potentially move up. Maybe they have the 6 picks in the first 2 rounds to move up. Maybe they have 2 first-round picks next year so they could take that first round next year and maybe a third this year and move up. They don't have to trade all their 3 firsts this year. They could trade one of their firsts next year to move up. Anything could happen. Not saying I want any of that, but anything could happen. The other thing, why are the Dolphins winning? What is the point of winning? Because good luck telling a coaching staff, good luck telling these players to lose on purpose. It just shows how good of a coaching staff this is. It just shows how good of a head coach this Miami Dolphins team has. Now, I'm not going to toot his horn. I'm not going to give him praise because anything can happen. Things can change. It could be a fluke. Look at Adam Gase. He took us to the playoffs and he sucked. And he still sucks. But he has nothing. And you guys can even admit that. They stripped away all of this talent and he's still doing well. And I said this in the offseason, it takes about 4 weeks to get used to the offense and defensive schemes. And we're still losing players, and we're still doing better. Again, I get it. We played the Jets, who suck, but the Jets beat the Giants. And we played the Colts without their top players. You take advantage of these things. Brian Hoyer and this Colts team could have very easily came back and won this game. They didn't just throw the same pass 3 times in the back right corner of the end zone and actually tried to get the first down or maybe run the ball once or twice. I know they didn't have any timeouts or anything, but you run the ball once or twice, It was stupid play calls by them. The Colts could easily beat the Dolphins. But for me, why do I want them to win? Because it shows how great and how these teams playing. It shows other teams, come play for us, you're going to win, regardless of who's on this roster. You play for us, you're going to win. You play for this head coach, he's going to put you in the right positions to win. And again, everyone wants to talk about Fitzpatrick. He had a scoop and score today. He did well. Who cares, guys? Who cares? Fitzpatrick is doing better on a better defense with a better pass rush, all that stuff. Congrats to Fitzpatrick. He's not on the Dolphins anymore. I don't care. Same with Ryan Tannehill and the Titans. They're not on my team anymore. I don't care. I care about my team, and I care about how well they're playing, how they have 3 interceptions, how I think in the past 2 weeks they have, 5 or 6 interceptions, how they're getting better every week. That's what I appreciate, and that's what I like. And that's why I'm going to keep rooting for them to win, because we don't know what the future holds. We don't know what their plan is. We don't know what the draft is going to hold. We don't know if Tua is going to come out. We don't know if this is going to happen. Chase Young might start falling because of the stupid BS 4-game suspension. He might fall right into the Dolphins' lap. We don't know. Enjoy the win, because the Dolphins are now 2-7, and they might go 2-14 on the rest of the season, get the second overall pick, and get whatever quarterback you guys want them to get, or defensive end, or any of that stuff. But DeJesus, thank you for the comment. Real quick, just want to show you guys again real quick what Roberto sent me in my P.O. box, which is below. It's not a P.O. box, so just put the address. You don't have to put P.O. box, but it's the address if you want to send me something. Don't feel like you need to. He sent me this awesome commemorative plate. Thank you, Roberto from Alaska. I got to get a plate holder so I can put it behind me. I'm going to also get a shelving unit back there. I really do appreciate that. But other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter. Check out the Bit Boys. I'm going to work on merch. I might make a video tomorrow showing the merch that I'm working on. I'm going to release it. So if you guys want to get some DouglieDoWrong merch, I will have that up and going. Give this video a thumbs up because we won, because we're getting better, because with the crap that has been going on with this team, with what people have perceived with this team, with the media, with announcers, with broadcasters saying, how dare you put your players through this? How dare you tank and put these players on the bodies on the line for nothing? All of a sudden we win 2 games. Everyone's like, wow, the Dolphins suck at tanking, don't they? We were never tanking. We were never tanking. And I called it. I said the Dolphins will win 3 to 4 games this year. And I got called an idiot. But give this video a thumbs up because you enjoy the content too. It lets me know you enjoy this content. So give this video a thumbs up. To the Colts fans, like I said, I'll say it one more time. Hard-fought game. It was a close game. If you guys had Brissett and T.Y. Hilton, I honestly think you guys would have won. Just so happened that you guys got banged up worse than we did, and we took advantage and won the game. But also check out DolphinsTalk.com and Sportscasters, 2 great sites. DolphinsTalk.com has some great Dolphin content on there, so be sure to check that out. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit yet. Like I said, I might be making a video tomorrow or Tuesday. I haven't decided yet, but I got some ideas rolling in my head about the type of video I want to make for you guys, and then the usual videos. Because next we got the Buffalo Bills coming down to Miami. Buffalo just lost to the Cleveland Browns. You never know, baby. We could be on a 3-game winning streak, 3-7. Let's keep this train rolling. Other than that, I will see you guys real soon. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.